Friends, this is Material Girl 338. This is a second video on my tower garden, and I'm going to show you my plants have grown and they're doing wonderfully. So this is my tomato plant, and this is a cherry tomatoes. I'm sorry, the sun is getting in your video. So this is the tomato plant. It took off. It's beautiful. Now, here's the bok choy. I love bok choy. Bok choy, no matter what you do to this plant, it survives. It's like amazing. Okay, so I started to notice that it had some little spots on the leaves. And I transplanted this from my arrow garden, from where I grow my herbs in my kitchen, to here. And I added magnesium sulfate to the water. So since I did that, and I diluted it first, I was a little unsure about doing it, but it works in the arrow garden. So I decided, let me mix it with a little bit of water and dilute it, and then put it into the water. So this is, right here is the lettuce. It's that 3 different kind of lettuces. This is the onion plant. Now, this onion plant, I really don't know how an onion grows, but it's doing good. So I never grew onions. This is celery, and it's just from the stem. See the stem there? And I just cut it, and I peeled off some of the stems from around it, and it's growing beautifully. So this guy over here I think it was a little shocked. So what I did was, it's in the this side is in the rock wall, so it looks like it was struggling a little bit. So I had a little talk with it, and I said, look, you see your friends, how nice they're growing? Come on, you got to do something. And it started to grow. All right, on this side, I know my setup is a little, it's a little messy, but it works. This is, I think this is my spinach. Look how beautiful. Que bella. This is a regrowth. This is escarole. It did the same thing from the actual plant. But I think you could do this like 2 or 3 times, and then that's it. It gets better. So you can this is spinach. And I took it out of the rock well. But what I noticed is that when you put it in the rock well, and you put the seedlings into the rock well, the roots attach to the rock well. So then when you need to transplant it, and if you rip it apart, you ruin it, because the roots are attached to the rock well. Over here is my lettuce. More lettuce. I think that's arugula. And I think I'm going to have red leaf lettuce there. Here's my other tomato plant. Let me get it over here. Que bella, look how beautiful. And then this side here is the broccoli up, which I'm going to separate because now the tomato plant took off. And I have some more spots where I'm going to put them. So I'm going to transplant this into a netting pot. And so far, I just wanted to let you guys see. I know I'm moving the camera really crazy because I'm trying to get into this little small space. But it's growing beautifully, okay? So guys, give it a try. Even if you don't have the money to get a tower garden, this, I told you in the last video, I paid $100 for it. And they're asking ridiculous prices, like $700, $800. There's no way I'm going to pay $1,000 for a piece of plastic. I mean, that's ridiculous. So if you can watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and they'll show you. You can make your own, really. So, okay, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And before I sign off, I'm going to show you my other, I'm going to show you my arrow garden inside. All right, so here is the arrow garden. This is the arrow garden. And I paid a lot of money for this, which was totally ridiculous because all this is a tub. It's a tub with a piece of bent metal around it. This is the Bok Choy. This Bok Choy had the spots on it. Soon as I gave it the Epsom salt, diluted, look how beautiful. Here is the parsley. This is growing beautiful. Here's the basil. This is Genovese basil. These leaves get to be so big. Here, I don't know what this is. I should have marked it, but I didn't. To me, it looks like, because this is herbs. These are my herbs. So I have oregano, Genovese basil. I have parsley. I have curly parsley. And I got the bok choy. This bok choy is going to be taking off, and I'm going to have to transport let me see the roots without damaging the plant. Look at this root. Isn't that amazing? This plant, no matter what you do to it, it just survives. And it is so good, and you make you can make like a stir-fry rice. And what I'm going to do is, since I put the Epsom salt in, it just took off. It took off. This here is the scallions. And all you have to do, look at this. All you have to do is just cut them. And like I said before, you can get like 2 or 3 meals from them. Because then after that, I don't know about the scallions, it starts to get bitter. So this is the lava rocks. And I put them in here. And I have the netting pots. So I'm going to transplant the, I think this is the Bok Choy and the tomato plant. And I'm going to put them in the netting cup. Each their own netting cup. Okay, so this netting cup came with that tower that I just showed you, and then these netting cups are the CZ brand. This is a good netting cup too. These are good, the ones that came with the tower garden. And what you want is, you want the bottom to be very airy, so that the roots can go through there and grab onto, get watered by the water. So this was good too. So I have a lot of these. And these are the pots. These are the netting pots that come with the arrow garden. So now I'm going to transplant the roots of the Bok Choy, into the netting pot. And I don't want to damage it, so I'm going to be very gentle when I lift it out of that. And I'll show you when I do that. Okay, so second part, what I did was I took it out of the netting pot. Okay, so I want to show you the roots. Now you see what happens with the rock wool? It actually gets attached to it. So if I'm going to open it up, I'm going to destroy the roots. I'm just going to leave it alone, let it grow. Sometimes I just make a little slit into the rock wool, and it works. So I'm going to just transplant my tomato plant, and tomato plants go into shock. So, don't be shocked that your tomato plant looks all droopy when you transplant it.